Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here on a Monday night. This is the world's most dangerous podcast, and I am your host, Stevie Ray. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. But for everybody out there that's listening, subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're watching your boy and he's having a good time. Send me a comment, whatever it may be, because that's what we do on Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. And y'all know we got some football to talk about. As a matter of fact, Chris Newell, y'all, we had him on the show before. And he's supposed to make an appearance tonight. I'm not sure if he is, but I was sent a message saying that Chris Newell was going to be on the show tonight, and he was going to talk some football, especially about Tennessee Titans. That's what I was told. Hopefully we'll have him here. Because I'm looking for him, y'all. I've been looking for him for a while. But I guess he's been hiding from me from the last time he came on. Last time he came on, I had to really, and Dale too. Y'all know they came on as a tag team, tried to tag up on your boy. I wasn't having none of it. Y'all know me. I wasn't having none of it. But as the old saying goes, it is what it is. What's up, my boy Chris out there watching? But yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody coming on tonight. You guys know I'm on a little earlier tonight, and that might be why a lot of you guys are not on the show yet, because from now on, like I told you guys last week, I'm going to start coming on Monday nights an hour earlier because of I have to go watch the football game, and I have to get prepared to watch the football games. Because unlike a lot of other people, I take notes as to what I'm watching, not mental notes that I write. Because when I come back on, guys, and I talk about a football game, not the whole league and all the games, I pick a few to talk about, especially the ones that are popular. Now, you guys know tonight the Dallas Cowboys are playing, I want to say the San Diego Chargers, because they've been San Diego in my life for so long, but they're the LA Chargers now. If you can get used to that. I've been to LA and I've been to San Diego, and they ain't the same, baby. They ain't the same. But be that as it may, that's what we got tonight. What's up, Justin? What's up, Real Cool? Real Cool, I hope you got the notice, man. Like I said, we're going to be coming on an hour early every Monday. Now, Tuesdays, I'm going to be going back to 7 p.m. But on Mondays, it's going to be 6 p.m. It's even hard for me. But, wait a minute. Keenan, Dion, go Bengals. Man, when the Bengals do something, I'll talk about them, Keenan. When they do something. I'm tired of people saying Joe Burrow and his calf muscle is what's keeping the Bengals from going. It ain't his calf muscle in his leg. It's his calf muscle in his head. That's what's going on with him. He finally hit the wall. That's what happened. People are caught up with the Bengals offense. That's what happened. Yeah, Keenan, you know I'm telling the truth. You know it. Come on. I haven't been wrong yet. Real Cool, you better tell him. You better tell him. That's what happened to him. Yeah. What about the two-back threat? When you know something, I haven't heard Joe Mixon's name all season. What about that, Keenan? I haven't heard the man's name. Does he still play with the Bengals? I haven't heard the man's name all season long. Mr. Big Bad Joe Mixon. Man, you don't scare nobody. Especially don't scare my Steelers. Yeah. But anyway, guys, like I said, Chris Newell is going to be on the show tonight. Hopefully he's going to be here. I know he's been hiding from me. Dale been hiding from me too. They came on as a tag team, tagged up on your boy. Your boy wasn't having none of it. They tried to get me, y'all, telling me all these things about the Tennessee Titans. And at the end of the day, what did I say? Keenan D. Tina, we still got him. Well, where is he? Where is he? I'm looking for him. Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. Suckers got to know, baby. They needs to know. But also tomorrow night, Jamie Wright. You guys remember Jamie? She's a female activist that's out there doing a lot of things in the community here in Houston for a lot of women. So she might be on tomorrow night. I'm not 100% sure, but we got some more football to talk about tomorrow night, especially after this game tonight. And this game tonight, guys, is a big one. But Jamie is supposed to be on tomorrow. I'll know more tomorrow if she's going to be on tonight. Not for a long time. She's just going to call in and let me know what she's doing and stuff like that, because I seen on a television show, and I want to know if that television show was one of those scripted television shows that make everybody think this is what's going on, and actually it's not what's going on. Oh, Stevie Ray, people need to know, suckers got to know, and I'm the one to make sure. Again, I ain't trying to bust her out or nothing like that, but it was one of them reality shows, man. So your boy need to know what's going on with stuff like that. But this is the kicker, man. The Dallas Cowboys, I told everybody what was going to happen to them against the 49ers. Tonight, they're playing the San Diego Chargers. And what a better game to have, because their former offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, is the offensive coordinator of the LA Chargers now. Now, you think Kellen Moore going to show that defense? Who knows that defense better than him? Who knows it? But this is the kicker, y'all. I got to let y'all know this. Man, I got money on the Dallas Cowboys tonight, because I have beaten my buddy of mine who is a Dallas Cowboy fanatic. I've beaten him so much, he won't even bet on the Cowboys no more. Now, what kind of stuff is that? He won't even bet on them. So I said, okay, man, just to keep the thing going, because we bet on college. We bet on a college game every week. We bet on a pro game every week. And I'm up right now. And since I'm up, I'm going to go ahead and take the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I don't know if it's an omen or anything like that, but we shall see. And I got to watch this game tonight. Keenan said nobody believes in Dallas. Brother, if you lived in Texas the way I do, you wouldn't say those things out loud, because down here in Texas, brother, they believe in the Dallas Cowboys, even when they playing like straight garbage. They're brainwashed. They're like Trump, a cult. It is what it is. But, man, my boy Chris is here. I see him out there. He's in the waiting room, y'all. Let me get my stuff prepared. Ain't nothing wrong with believing in something. But I ain't believing in nothing that lets me down all the time, man. It is what it is. There he is. Let me bring the picture up, y'all. Chris Newell.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me all right?
I hear you. I hear you good.
Oh, man.
Good, Mr. Hall of Famer.
Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate that. I've been trying to get Dale on, but, I ran him off a couple of times. He came on with a bunch of stuff, and, and I had to, the audience gets on him real hard, so he don't come on as much as he used to. But I was looking for you, too. I said, what, Chris? I've been asking for you about 50 times, man.
Oh, yeah, it might have been a couple of times. Not dodging. I had to take care of some things, and I wanted to try to be prepared. And he got to be about maybe 15 minutes ago. I said, man, I was trying to relax. I'm trying to kind of put this lost out of my head, and I can't.
No.
And so I just like, you know what? This is an honor. So it's an honor to be on with you. So I was like, let me wake up. Pot eye, bushy tail. Let's do this. Let's get it on. Like, as you say, a pot of neck bone.
I appreciate you coming on, brother. But any of you guys out there right now that's watching me on Facebook, go to Stevie Ray TV on Twitch, or go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube, and you can see Chris and I as we do this show. Right now, I was just talking to the gang on Facebook before I came on, but right now I'm on, so you can't see Chris, our guest. You can see me, but you can't see him unless you go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube or either Stevie Ray TV on Twitch, so you guys can watch the show and hear exactly what we're saying to each other. But, man, the Queen hit me this weekend. She was looking for Dale, man. That's why I wanted to get Dale on. The Queen hit me up. She said, Stevie. Now, I was out late Saturday night, and I've been taking like my witch's brew before I go to bed. You know what I'm saying? And what it does, Chris, I'm going to tell you, it helps you sleep and it helps you burn fat. You know what I'm saying? So I've been kind of not on a real diet, but watching what I eat and stuff like that, because me and my daughter have a situation going against each other and see who's going to look the best in December, at the end of December. Okay. We train in the gym every day, and our goal is to see who looks the best. And brother, they just don't know, boy. Your boy coming. Your boy coming along, because I can't let my daughter beat me, man. Hey. I can't let my daughter beat me out.
It's competition. I was, I'm trying to, work out. I'm trying to, try to do better with food choices. Is very difficult for me, because sometimes, right, as they say, what looks good to you ain't good for you. But sometimes those things that are not good for you, oh my God, the things that are not good for you
are the best thing you want.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make some changes on that, and since March I've dropped close to 30 pounds.
Oh, that's great, man.
Since March.
Hey, Kathy, what's going on?
Yes, sir, I'm still a work in progress. I still got a ways to go. I still got work to do. So just gotta keep getting better. So
right.
Gotta do it for the guys. You gotta.
Oh yeah,
can't let the daughter beat you, because she ain't gonna let that go.
Oh man, my daughter's young, man. She works hard, man. But I work hard too, brother. She makes me work even harder though. But that's a little thing we got against each other. So and the thing is, getting back to what I was saying, Saturday night I took and what it does, it makes you sleep. And I got in late and I was already tired, man. I've been ripping around. I was already tired. Brother, do you know I didn't wake up till 1:30 the next day? So I didn't see the game that was in England. You dig? And I've almost missed the first half of every other game. So the Queen hits me, one of our loyal followers. The Queen hits me up and say, tell Dale, that my Ravens beat the hell out of his, Tennessee Titans. I'm like, what is she talking about? Because I had forgotten about the game. You know what I'm saying? I forgot they had a game in Great Britain. And so I pulled my phone out and pulled the thing up, and I seen the score. I was like, oh, man. I said, well, I'm going to have to get Dale on Monday so the Queen can get on him. But anyway, man, did you see that game, and tell me what you thought of it? Because I seen some posts from Dale, but I didn't see the game, so I really couldn't say anything. So give me your assessment right now.
It's quite a bit that I can say about that game. I'm working on streaming this out to my audience so they can see I'm on with a real deal Hall of Famer, and everything, about to get pancaked down 110th Street. So I had to do that. But, I'm already up. I work at my job at a TV station. I'm already at work at 4 a.m. So I'm already jacked for this game.
Right.
And it coming on at 8. But the truth of the matter is, I didn't like what I saw. I left very disappointed with how this game went. I was wondering if the team leaving on, Thursday night, getting there for a game, going overseas like that would be to the detriment of them. I think in a way it kind of was. The Ravens have been over there since Monday. So they got basically almost an entire week over there.
That's
smart. We were there for maybe a couple of days at best.
Right.
So we came out.
And actually, that first day is going to, with all the jet lag and everything, it's going to take you 24 hours just to get immaculated. Believe me, I know.
Yeah, and so I think that played a part. Definitely came out sluggish early on. Just the first drive, we had some struggles, and then there were another drive where we definitely moved the ball very well, but we had our issues when we got in the red zone. And just when we get in the red zone, it's like we can't seem to find a way to punch it in. We're settling for field goals, and that was one of my points that I made. I do my show on Wednesday nights. I do my show on Wednesday nights, and I actually just did a post game about this. And I said one of my points was you got to cash in touchdowns instead of field goals. And right now, our red zone offense was not very good in the red zone because we're settling for field goals instead of touchdowns. That was an issue. Another thing was the early on. I think the defense, even though there were some struggles we gave up a couple of big plays that we shouldn't have given up. I mean, Nelson Aguilar had a pretty big, quick run and catch off of a slant. And, if it wasn't for a shoestring tackle, that's 6 points right there. We hold them to 3. Same thing with, I believe it was the Mark Andrews long catch of about 30 yards. And again, we're kind of bending but don't break. But those little things were stacking up. And when your offense is not able to produce in the red zone and have those amount of points, it hinders you from what you really want to do, and it hurt what we were doing. So I just thought we came out sluggish. It sounded like we were playing from behind the whole time. And you were mentioning being prepared. Here's the thing. The whole first half, the Ravens dominated. They dominated time of possession and total yards. I believe by halftime, and I'm probably incorrect, the Ravens had outgained us about 245 yards to 66 at the half. We only had 66 yards total offense. They had the ball for over 20 minutes. We barely had the ball 10 minutes. So they had the ball double the time we have.
Oh, let me cut you off right there.
Yeah.
Brandon, I don't mean to cut you off, but
no, you good.
Couple of questions, people. Anybody out there that's watching right now on Facebook, I just got to make these little announcements. Please go to Stevie Ray TV on Twitch or Stevie Ray TV on YouTube so you can see the show. Right now, you guys are just looking at me. My boy Chris Newell is on the show tonight giving his assessment of we're talking football. If you guys want to see, the conversation between the two of us, you guys can go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube and download it, put it in your phone so you guys can get an alert when the show comes on. Okay? Now, Brandon just said, he's having that problem with New Orleans too. A lot of teams are having the red zone blues this year. It's not just Tennessee. It's a lot of teams having the red zone blues. And what I call the red zone blues is a lot of teams are moving the ball, but they get in the red zone, but they do not have these. You look at a team like the 49ers, they got so many different kind of things to run, they make touchdowns. Or you look at the Dallas Cowboys when Dak Prescott had another offensive coordinator. I don't really want to call his name because he's playing against him tonight, but I will call it Kellen Moore. They got in the red zone. They were real good in it. Look at the Dallas Cowboys now. No good in the red zone because their offense looks like it's from 1989. Where you going, brother? I know where you're going to be before you even do it, but that's just me. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you is this, Chris. When it comes to that play, last year, wasn't you, but Dale. Matter of fact, somebody just made a assessment say Chris is more level-headed than Dale. Dale always want to come on and blame the referees. Who just said? Real Cool just said. Real Cool just said that. Said Chris is more level-headed than Dale.
Every time earlier. That wasn't me earlier, and it wasn't me yesterday on my live stream. Now that might change. We starting off that way.
But the last time Dale was on, me and Dale got into a conversation about, because I looked at it. I'm an analytical person. Okay, Everything in my life has to have structure. I don't believe in anything happening by osmosis. So when somebody blames the referees for cheating against one team all the time, but you got no evidence to back it up. Okay? Now, I was looking at a game yesterday. It was the 49ers. It was the 49er game against Cleveland. Guy hits the guy, could have kept them from getting points. Guy for the Redskins, defensive back. Refs called the, penalty where the receiver, you know what I'm saying? You know the penalty I'm talking. The penalty, what do they call it? He's unprotected, receiver or something like that.
Probably unnecessary roughness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unprotected, something like defenseless. That's what it was. And they showed a replay, caught him with the shoulder. Legal play. They get a 15-yard penalty, you know what I'm saying, and puts them in field goal range, and the Browns end up winning that game. So but it happened at the end of the game. You see what I'm saying? That's when the penalties are crucial. At the end of the game. In the beginning of the game, you got time to make up for it. If you're going 4 quarters, 60 minutes, which is equivalent of, real time, about 3 hours. So you got time to make up for that when stuff happening, even turnovers. When you throw a turnover at the end of the game, it's hard to come back from. When you throw something in the first half, you can come back from that if you help them to field goals. If you got a good enough team, you see that all the time. But anyway, be that as it may, Dale was on the show last year, and he was saying that the offensive coordinator had to go. Okay, He said that was their downfall. They need a better offensive coordinator. Well, from what I hear, they got a better offensive coordinator. Or do they just have a different offensive coordinator who is not as good as last year's coordinator? Expound on that.
Now, and I get what you're saying on that. I was definitely happy when we got Tim Kelly, our offensive coordinator. And I'm thinking, okay, we might slowly get back to the ways of how it was when he was with Houston and, kind of with Deshaun, and you got DeAndre, and, we're thinking, okay, this might be a better situation. He's called plays before. He's worked with Vrabel, because we know Mike Vrabel loves to have his boys. He loves to have his boys and everything. So,
this is a Texas connection.
And I honestly thought, okay, we might have a little bit better. We might finally be able to have a team that can at least score more than 27 to 30 points, at least get to 30 points a game, which seems like it's impossible for us right now to even get to that point. It's like we're happy if we get past 17 right now, to be honest. But I mean, I think there is an issue of there are certain times where there are some play calls that I do question, but I think a lot of it is some of it is personnel. I'm not going to say it's not completely personnel and execution, but for example, there is one situation.
Your boy Dale just chimed in. now he's saying it's the head coach.
Now, I agree with that one.
Really?
We were talking about that yesterday. So there was a
hold on a second. Go ahead and finish your point, and then we'll get to that. I got a couple questions about that.
Yeah. So late in the game, Tannehill gets hurt. Malik comes in and got a big screen pass to Tajay Spears, our backup running back, who got some speed. I do like the flash. Got it all the way down inside, close to the 1. Okay, this situation, we need points.
Okay.
Where's Derrick Henry? It's 1st and goal at the 1. I'm bringing in Derrick Henry, bash it in, get your score, and at least you would have maybe about a minute 15 if you can get an onside.
So let me get this straight. They didn't bring in Derrick Henry with 1st down at the 1-yard line.
Coaching malpractice. That's what I call it.
Now, is Derrick Henry injured in it? Is Derrick Henry injured? Is he injured?
Yeah. No, he wasn't injured. He wasn't injured.
Are you
for
sure?
some reason he wasn't in there. I don't get it either.
Okay.
I don't get it either. If it's
Okay.
me, let the beast king in, punch it in, then, instead of it being 24-16, it's 24-20, maybe 24-21. You
Okay.
give yourself a shot with a minute to go. And you got the
Okay.
timeout. You
Well,
might be able to
let
get
me
it
ask you
back.
this. Let me ask you this. I didn't see the game. Everything I'm going by right now is what you are chronicling on the show right now. What were the announcers saying during this excursion where the biggest, baddest running back in the last 5 years of the NFL does not get the ball at the 1 yard line?
I was doing a live stream at the time, so I somewhat wasn't really paying attention to what they were saying. But I
Okay.
was looking at it, and of course they show Derrick Henry on the screen on the sideline, in this situation, and I'm thinking, why is he not in the game? I mean,
Okay. I'm
common
going to have to
sense
research
tells
that.
you need a yard, and then
Right.
instead the first play is out of the shotgun,
Wait a
and it
minute.
was a pitch to
First and
Tajay.
goal. First and goal is out of the shotgun.
First and goal is out of the shotgun.
Okay.
That whole,
Wow.
first and goal was out of the shotgun,
Okay.
and then, that play doesn't work. Belize try to razzle dazzle a little bit, and then we get called for holding, backs up the drive, and basically was all she wrote. Took a sack, had to take a field goal, and it took. Not only do you not get the touchdown you need to cut it close, but now you waste precious time. And there's a good chance you're not getting the ball back, which we didn't. And they were able to close out the game. So it's
So if they had gotten the score, if they had gotten the touchdown, what was the score at that point?
they were down 24-13. It was
So they would have had
24-13.
24-20.
And it would have
If
been
they got
24-20
well, they still would
or
have been behind
21.
them. If you can't get a touchdown, you damn sure ain't getting no 2-point conversion.
Right. And so
If you ain't got big,
and then they kicked the field goal, so it's 24-16.
Right. Okay, yeah, I seen the final score.
And
I seen the final score. But hey, man, right now, what's you guys' record right now?
unfortunately, we're 2-4, and this is a different 2-4 than we had back in 2018. 2018,
Yeah, you still got a chance. The thing is, in you guys' division, you're not the big bad bear in your division anymore.
No, we're not.
You're not the big bad bear in that division anymore, man. And it's because Dale is talking about Mike Vrabel as a head coach. I think Mike Vrabel is a very good head coach. I think what the Tennessee Titans have done, this is just my assessment, over the last 3-4 years, they haven't kept up with the league. They let too many players go, and the people that's in personnel are not getting quality players to replace the players that they had a few years ago. Now, you can't blame that on the coach unless you have him being a GM also. He's not the GM.
Now,
He's not the player over pro personnel. I mean, bringing in Hopkins, I don't know, Hopkins is a very good wide receiver, but you guys don't have a passing offense.
and that's
So why spend so much money on a guy, and you could have kept a guy that's a young guy, that's a world-class wide receiver that's playing in Philadelphia right now.
the dumbest trade I ever saw. And
And so many defensive players have gone. I mean, these guys got the same uniforms on, but they ain't the same team. Henry's not even the same running back anymore because the offensive line is not as good as it used to be. When Henry goes, Tannehill goes. When Tannehill goes, when the offense, well, let me put it in this: when that offensive line goes, Henry goes, and it gives Tannehill play option. When Tannehill ain't got play option, and you guys don't really do the 5 wide type thing and all this kind of stuff, you don't even throw it to the running backs anymore like you. Henry used to catch a lot of passes and take them a long way. A lot of screen passes. I don't even see that from you no more. What happened?
There's a lot to unravel with that, and
But do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Your personnel has changed. I don't care if you get I don't care if you get a new coach or not. You still got the same personnel with the same GM doing the same dumb shit.
And I'll put it like I will counter that with this. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. We don't have a good enough offensive line that gives Henry that room, because it's a shame that a lot of times Henry will get hit in the backfield.
Oh, I watched it.
He'll get in the backfield before he gets to the line of scrimmage. He gets contact, maybe gets 2 or 3 seconds into his run. He gets hit in the backfield. He might be able to bounce off of that and do something. But most of the time, it's either at the line of scrimmage, you might get, this is a typical Henry thing. It might be Henry to the left, gain of 2.
Right.
Henry to the right, gain of 1.
Right.
Henry to the left, Henry up the middle, gain of 5. Henry, loss of 1. Henry, 25 yards.
Right.
That's kind of how it is. And I get we don't have we may not have the greatest personnel, but I also feel it is on the coach, because yes, Rand is in his first year. He's trying to get used to being a general manager. But the way I see it is, and this is something I've always said, if 1 or 2 players are struggling, like the first game against the Saints, clearly it was Tannehill. It was Tannehill wasn't playing well. We had a chance to win that game. I put that solely on Tannehill. But in the game against Cleveland, which that is a legit defense, let me just go on record. That defense is legit. Hands down.
Yeah, the defense might be legit. I don't care how good your defense is. When you get tired, you get tired.
That's very true.
When you're not, people, I've seen the Steelers. I don't know how they've won 3 games, and that's my team. They have no offense. None. But they got world-class pass rushing. World-class pass rushing. Okay. You can't ask a defense when you're not moving the ball, especially the way Mike Vrabel likes to play. He likes to play a ugly football game by keeping the game close and keeping you off the field. I don't have the offense to do that anymore.
Yeah, and
you don't have an offensive coordinator, like my boy Awakening just said, that Tannehill and Henry don't fit in Tim Kelly's system. That is what he just said right there. That's the same thing. That's the same thing I'm saying. So I don't care what kind of head coach you are. You just can't make shit work by osmosis. If the system is not right for the players, it ain't never gonna be right. Not in this league today. Like I just got through illustrating. You guys' division has caught up with you. Matter of fact, the whole AFC is better now.
Oh, absolutely.
The whole AFC. You used to be one of the top guys, top 6 teams in the AFC. You're not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to be behind
it. I would not disagree.
You're going to be behind the 8 ball more. If I gave you the number 1 pick coming out of quarterback, let's say the number 1 pick coming out of, we've got so many good quarterbacks out there right now that are going to be draft choices next year. And you guys picked him. Is that going to change your life?
I don't think it'll necessarily change our life right away, but I think it needs to be the start of a change. And
but if you're still talking about losing football games right now, okay, what's your boy they just drafted in the 2nd round this year?
Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis.
And we're going to find out about it.
Everybody was saying Will Levis should be starting by the end of the year or by midseason. Didn't I hear that?
Now, I don't know where I heard that.
Oh, no, I heard this.
He's got a chance now. I think now that's something
Is he second string or third string?
He's right now third.
Okay, so how is he going to be the difference? If you can't beat out Malik Willis, you're nothing.
That's true. And
I can train a poodle to beat out Malik Willis at quarterback. Malik Willis is not NFL material. I'm sorry. If anybody going to have that stretch, it'll be him more than Will Levis.
yeah,
If you talk about him starting next week, not Will Levis, unless he gets hurt also, right or wrong.
yeah, and I think in the end it'll probably be Malik getting that start after the bye. But I think with Tannehill getting hurt, and I am not advocating I wanted that to happen. But
I don't care if he get cut. It ain't gonna change at the quarterback position.
It's not gonna change, but I think this is now a chance where we can at least take a look. You know, Malik.
You took a look. Wasn't he hurt? Hold on a second. Hold on. Right now. Hold on. Didn't Ryan Tannehill get hurt damn near the whole season last year? The whole second half of the season last year.
He was.
How many games did Malik Willis start? If that wasn't a sample size, I think
he played in 4. Started 3.
Okay. If that wasn't a sample size, what was it?
Yeah, and this is me. I thought he got dealt.
The guy didn't even throw for 100 yards in it. If you can't throw for 100 yards in the NFL, 100. What are you doing, man? How do you even? I'm sorry, bro.
No, I hear you.
What I keep hearing from you and Dale is you guys want the Titans. What do you want? You want a Derrick Henry offense or you want a Miami Dolphins offense? Which one?
I mean, I think
you can't have both.
I would say it would be a Miami Dolphins offense by any means because we ain't got
Okay, but then you got to bring in somebody that's got that kind of intellect to run an offense like that. What did the guy from the Miami Dolphins head coach? Where did he come from?
San Francisco.
Okay, you see how that works? The guy that's in Houston right now, offensive coordinator. Where did he come from?
San Francisco.
Okay. You see how this shit work?
Oh, absolutely. And what I would say is, with a guy like Malik, I would have ran it similar. I would try to run an offense similar to. You kind of got to change it.
But I think I would have ran it. Do that overnight with a youngster. He been practicing with the second string. They practice the same way the first string practices. They don't change it up when he comes in, other than a couple of sprint outs. They don't change it. You can't have 50 things going on in practice at the same time.
Yeah, but
you got an offense. This is what we run.
Yeah, and I think they could incorporate some things that fits his skill set.
That is why I said that. No. Lamar, they changed the whole system for him. That is where you guys get it wrong. They changed the whole system. They brought in a college-type offense to let him run that. Now, if Malik Willis comes in to bat, now if he's starting, then you change the whole offense. For a game or two, well, how are we going to get all this new knowledge in 3 days? Everything in practice,
what you're saying,
believe me on this, everything in practice is about repetition, over and over. Why you think Brock Purdy can do that shit so easy?
Oh,
because it's repetitious over and over. The offense is structured for him, not just him. Every quarterback that runs in that offense, they all practice the same thing. Malik Willis does not play like a Ryan Tannehill. So how is he going to be the same?
And that is where I kind of have an issue. I just think you could run the same offense, but you could put in a few little things that kind of fits his skill set.
But if a little thing, change. No. That's what I just said. You can do a couple of plays, but you can't you don't have enough time to change a whole offense in 1 week. You off on Mondays. You come back to work on Tuesday. You go through the game plan on Wednesday. So where's all these, and you got 150 plays on the playbook. Where's all this vast knowledge of, learning all this shit gonna come in 1 week? That's impossible. That's too much for you to ask for or any coach to ask for because you're putting too much on young people. We got to change our blocking strategy. We got to change our pass pattern strategies because he's different. You think you can do that overnight? No, you can't. Because whenever you ever see, you seen Tyrod Taylor came in the other night and how he played.
Good. I said, why can't we do that?
You see how he didn't play great, but he played good, just good enough to keep them with a chance. And Tyrod Taylor is a drop back quarterback. He can run when he has to. So they didn't really have to change a lot. They just let him be the athlete that he is. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Run when you want to, not design. He had one design run, and they did it at the end of the game. One design run. Because he's not everybody thinks because a guy black and fast, he should be running. Well, Tyrod Taylor said, I ain't finna end up like Dak Prescott with my foot turned the other way like on a Three Stooges fucking episode. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to throw this fucking football and I'm going to complete it if I get the time or I got enough speed to run up, complete the short pass. Hey, it was perfect. But if you want Malik Willis to turn into Deshaun Jackson, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. He ain't smart enough.
And that's why I put it on the coach. Because I'm thinking the coaches have got to put their players in the right position to succeed.
I understand that.
Call some stuff to kind of get them some quick, easy throws. A good read option with Derek. You could do a couple of.
And how much of that
to get them in the flow?
You still got 70 plays to run the game, approximately 70 plays. How much of that you think gonna work before the defense figures it out?
Hey, as my old football coach would always say. It doesn't matter if the defense knows what's coming. They still got to stop it. They still got to stop it.
If it's working, he's right. If it's not working, then what?
You better be able to adjust.
Yeah, it's back to Palookaville. Yeah, that is where a running games always helps a young quarterback. If you want Malik Willis to turn into Tom Brady, it ain't going to happen.
Got to have a run game. That's true.
Well, I'm just saying, you never said nothing about the run game. You're just talking about what he has to do as a quarterback and what coaches got to do to put him in position. But without getting the help getting some help on his back, he ain't going to do it. Not Malik. You can't ask that of Malik Willis. You can't ask that of Willis on different strokes. I don't care who it is. It's just too much. He ain't ready, bro. Especially when you playing with an offensive line that can't block worth a shit. What do you want a man to do?
Especially on the right side, which I will say, that is one decision I was glad Mike Vrabel made. Took Andre Dillard, who I call Andre Dill Picklard, because his blocking is as bad and is as nasty as a dill pickle, which I am not a fan of. Took him out, and we brought in Nicholas Petit-Frere, who we had in the third round last year, and wasn't half bad. Was he perfect? Absolutely not. But it did look a little better, and I think with time, maybe he might be the answer at left tackle. He might not. But I think it is an addition by subtraction. And I think that's a pretty decent way to go as far as that. At least see that on the left side. Now, the right side, well, really center and right guard is where I have my concern. Right guard Daniel Brunskill played like absolute crap. He played like shit yesterday. No lies about that. Aaron Brewer, not much better. Way undersized at center. And I think we have a backup center by the name of Corey Levin. Maybe give him a shot. And, this is a week. We need to make a few tweaks. We need to make some tweaks, see if it works. And this is going to be.
You got nothing to lose.
It's going to be painful.
Mike. I'm saying is this: Mike Vrabel only got so much to work with, and Mike Vrabel has been like I always say to Dale, go back and look before Mike Vrabel got there, and go back and look at one after he got there. That's what you got. That's what you got, and he ain't getting nothing but better. He's still a young man. Not as young as some of these other coaches that's coming in right now, but this. Mike Vrabel plays old school football, but
And
he
it's
got
time
to have old school talent
And it's time
to
to go
play
away
that.
from that, honestly.
Not
It's time.
necessarily. People are
It's
still
time.
winning with that philosophy.
Not recently.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
what have you
Not
done for
him.
me lately, league?
Okay,
And what
then.
have you done for me lately?
Well, fire him then.
I would.
Fire him. Just
I
like I
help the
said,
national help a pack
like
his
I said
bag.
last time when y'all was saying get rid of Ryan Tannehill. Okay, quarterbacks don't grow on trees.
No, they do not.
But I don't hear nobody saying get rid of Derrick Henry because he can't run the ball no more. Why is that?
And I
ain't heard Dale say it. I ain't heard Dale say it. I ain't heard you say it. Why is
and
that?
I'll say this. I have said.
Why spend that much money on a guy with no production?
Here's what I've said to people. I've said, and here's what I said. I did a live about a year ago, and I told people, I said, you need to prepare for yourselves for life without Derrick Henry because it's coming sooner rather than later.
But that's not answering my question. I'm not talking about your, foresight and light like you got a crystal ball. I'm talking about right now. If everybody's not performing up to their standards, why haven't you or Dale called for this man's job?
I mean, honestly, Vrabel's got to go, and I would hate to see Derrick Henry go, but if they traded him, he deserves to win a ring. He deserves to win a ring. And
don't nobody in this league deserve to win a ring unless you win a ring. How does he deserve to win a ring? Answer me that.
I mean, Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league, and I mean,
he used to be. I ain't did nothing the last couple of years.
Except lead the league in rushing, 2,000 yards, 1,500 yards, and with
that was 2 years ago.
Offensive line, 1,500.
That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
And
that was 2 years ago.
That last year, 1,500 yards behind a bad offensive line. Which
how many carries?
This one is about as bad.
How many carries?
He had over 300.
And how many yards? Okay, you see the wear and tear on this guy. I don't care how many. O.J. Simpson led the league in rushing with 2,000 yards. He never won a Super Bowl. You think he deserved one?
I would say so. At least
why? Because he got 2,000 yards.
He was a great back.
Phillip Rivers threw for. Phillip Rivers was in the top 5 in every passing category down there every year he was in the league. Never got to a Super Bowl. You think he deserved a Super Bowl? Why? Because you was good? You deserve Super Bowls when you get the job done. Period.
And none of us
Point blank, period.
And that's
when you get the job done as a team, not an individual.
You're right. And you're absolutely right. And
shit.
That's why I pointed at this. If it's a couple players screwing up, they need to get better. If an entire unit is looking bad, which we have, I look at the coach.
Exactly.
I look at the coach.
Exactly.
And it starts at the top.
Coach, what did Deion Sanders say about Colorado? I need about 7 to 8 more dogs. That's exactly what Tennessee needs. You can't blame that on coach. That's a GM thing. That's a GM thing. And it's been plenty of quarterbacks out there that they could have taken. They don't have, I don't think it's the scouting is worth the shit. Why do you think Will Levis was sitting at that goddamn table like he was going in the first round?
And honestly,
with a nice suit on.
And honestly enough, if Mike Vrabel had opened his mouth up and shouted his arrogant mouth off to Diana Rossini of ESPN, there was a possibility we could have traded up and got CJ at 3. But because he opened his mouth,
the coach ain't got nothing to do with that. Coach ain't got nothing to do with that.
It does. Because
coach ain't got nothing to do with what GMs already got their stuff on the board, bro. They already got their stuff on the board before they even come into the shit. Talking to a reporter is nothing but bravado. It's nothing but bravado. That's nothing.
And that was a bad idea. Don't talk to a reporter.
It don't matter. They still going to pick who they pick. They not listening to some person on ESPN. Really, bro?
I was not going to pick C.J. Stroud until the Tennessee Titans said we want C.J. Stroud.
You don't live in Houston. I do. Okay.
Where they
you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you what the talker? You want me to tell you what the talk of Houston was?
Tell me.
C.J. Stroud. Yes, because they knew They knew your boy from Alabama was going before him.
And he was going one. Yeah, he was going one.
Right. Yeah.
No doubt.
C.J. Stroud. That was the talk in Houston. Had nothing to do with no interview. They were talking about C.J. Stroud already had a house here before they picked him. Already had a house. Now, how would I know that? You don't think I know that? Oh, I know it. They already had a fucking place picked out his at state before he even got picked. Believe that. So don't believe that bravado, brother. That's television. That's entertainment. That's pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Believe that. Yeah. Yeah. Because they knew they wasn't going to get Bryce Young, but in essence, they didn't want Bryce Young. They wanted CJ because he's a big guy. They didn't want to train a little man here. You don't come to Texas being a little man. You come to Texas being a big man. You can take a little man like Malik Willis, send him to Tennessee. He couldn't play here. He too little. This goes all the way back to Dan Pastorini, a good friend of mine. Dan was a big dude, 6'4", 225 back in the 70s.
He's a big guy. I saw.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no little. See, you can't be no little punk playing running around Houston, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to eat a lot of got to eat a lot of catfish, stuff like that. I'm trying to tell you, dog. I'm serious.
Hey, can't be no punk in Tennessee either. Better be coming with it.
Well, I don't know, man. They took Malik Willis. That should tell you something.
Look, they tried to get John Robinson, thought he was getting value, and I might have been okay with that, but I don't know where our direction is going, at least right now. And I'm just I told Dell I could watch the rest of this season with an open mind. Open mind, see where we're going, if there is a direction, and go find out who want to be who want to step up. Like Big Jeff said.
I'm just saying
who
this.
want to step up and be here.
I'm just saying this. You got to give these guys time to get immaculated because everything's new right now. The system is new. These players are learning another system, from the offensive line to the running backs to everything. And until they get immaculated, sometimes it takes a whole season. Sometimes it takes a whole season when you got new parts and you got new system and people trying to figure out how it works, because certain players don't fit certain systems.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, sometimes.
And you're not going to know that until they get on the field. And believe me, these coaches are evaluating them. But I would love to see Mike Vrabel leave Tennessee and go to who? Anybody.
Can he win in Arizona? Will he win a Super Bowl in Arizona? No.
Not with Kyler Murray. Not with Kyler Murray.
Not with that.
I mean, winning a Super Bowl is a lot to ask of any team. It's not, but I would say right now, you can pick the teams on one hand, maybe 6, that's got a chance of winning the Super Bowl this year. And we all know who they are. We all know who they are. If you think some Cinderella, going to get a nice dress and go to the ball and lose her slipper, okay? And the prince coming to look for her. If you think one of those, bro, like you say, the usual suspects will be there at the end. Now, I think Mike Vrabel will make them a better team with the right components. Because I'm going to tell you right now, that team right now is a couple of players away from being a player in the NFC. Brandon just said, yeah, I would like to see Mike Vrabel go back to Indianapolis to coach. I really would.
Hey.
I really would.
He can go.
I mean, not Indianapolis, but New England.
New England.
I would love to see him go. That's where he came from.
Hey.
That's where he came from. But I'm just saying, when a coach is having a down year, how many times people have said, like last year, Mike Tomlin is going to have his first losing season. Did he have it?
He hadn't had one yet. He's a good coach.
Did he have it? No. That's what they were saying last year. He's going to have his first losing season because he got a rookie quarterback and this, that, and the other, and won't be able to overcome this, that, and the other. Well, what happened? When the right coach get the right stuff and he figures it out as to what's wrong, sometimes they just need time. Don't just start throwing people off the boat just because they're having a down year. This is a down year. Last year was a down year because of injuries. This year's a down year because you got new components. But, really and truly, man, that's just my assessment. Wait a minute. Lumen just said Kenny Pickett getting better with each week. Kenny Pickett's getting worse each week. Lumen, what you talking about?
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett better pick it up. I bet you that. Don't you start on me, Lumen.
He's just good enough to try to get you close to maybe a 9-8. If you're lucky. I know what my man's saying. You think about Kenny Pickett from last year. Now, if anybody has a gripe, if anybody got a gripe about an offense coordinator like Dale Nim was talking about last year, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. That sucker shouldn't be an offensive coordinator on a flag football team. A flag football team.
He should be in junior college right now. He should be in high school. And Loma knows that. He just fucking with me because he can. Hey man, I'm gonna block you, man. Don't you be getting my blood pressure up, dog. You know how I feel about the Steelers, man. He just messing. He just fucking with me, man. I'm gonna be honest with you though. Kenny Pickett is a decent quarterback, and he showed flashes this year, but he has regressed under this offense. And I honestly believe I don't know if anybody ever saw Kenny Pickett in college. Did you see him in college? Kenny Pickett was second. He was second in the Heisman Trophy voting. He ain't no punk. And the Steelers wouldn't have never picked him because we don't have. Then again, the Steelers got a new GM this year. No, was the GM last year. So no, he got picked by the old GM last year. It's this year. The new GM came in this year.
I was wondering if they had a new GM. I'm thinking they
got a new GM this year. Yeah, but they still got some good picks, man. Some very good picks this year.
They're world-class organization. They're world-class organization.
But they got good scouts.
They have drafted well. They usually draft well. I'll give them that.
Right.
I give Pittsburgh that.
This the thing, though. What the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing today that they didn't do years ago was bring in free agents. They've never been a free agent team until the last few years. People don't realize this, but the Steelers have this ideology of building your own players, not players that used to work in other systems and stuff like. Now they're doing that more this year than they've ever done it ever. So I don't really know how to, because it's like you're a Steeler, not somebody else. You're a Steeler. Now they get rid of players, and they might bring in somebody hurt, you know what I'm saying, and injured reserve or something like that. But usually they like to train their own people. And I hope they don't get into this going to free agency for a bunch of knockoffs, man. But they lost so many players over the last few years because of, hell, they play on the defense. Mike Tomlin make them look so good. Well, see, somebody give them the money. Somebody, you're going to get paid. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but damn, it's just a matter of time before. Well, I'm glad they signed T.J. Watt up to a really, really big deal that he couldn't turn down. He couldn't refuse. It's just a matter of time for somebody.
They had to resign.
And they gave him the house. The highest paid. He was the highest paid defensive player in the league. I don't know if he still is.
I think Aaron Donald passed.
I think you're right.
Oh, somebody else got him.
I think you're right. Aaron Donald passed him last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Aaron Donald.
Who it is?
Yeah.
I cannot remember who it is. Somebody just passed Aaron Donald.
I think you're right.
Somebody just passed him.
I think you're right.
Got the highest paid. Is the highest paid defensive player.
That my man just said it. It's Joey Bosa. Yep,
there
you're right.
It is. Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
Joey Bosa. But you can't. Those three guys, they done earned every penny. Talking about, and you know why I say that? Those the last three defensive players of the year. They're the last three defensive players of the year. 21, 22, and 23. Golly, man. Whew, man, it must be nice. But anyway, they earned it. But this is what I want to talk about, man, before we get off the show, man. And I appreciate you being here. But anybody that's watching right now on Facebook, man, you guys can see me and Chris Newell, go at it on our football stuff, man. And you guys can join in, man. just go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube or either Stevie Ray TV on Twitch, so you won't have to watch on my Facebook feed that's on my phone right now. You guys can join into the conversation and see us do this, man. And this is how we do it, man. We're passionate about what we do, and we try to make it entertaining. And look at all the people that's giving us all the smoke with their comments and stuff like that, man. But sometimes we get into it so much, I can't even read the comments. I can't even, but they're great comments because we got great followers that know football. Except for somebody just pissed me off talking about Kenny Pickett. You know what I'm saying? Who I'm about to block. Let me look him back up.
Yeah, I got a.
Let me look him back up.
I got a guy,
put you on
XD
timeout.
Gamer.
Who was
He's
that?
a big Jags fan. He was like,
"You look at us." He talking about I understand.
Yeah.
He talking about I understand. No, you don't understand, man. You can't get my blood pressure up. I'm going through hell. Y'all don't know what kind of hell I go. You think they go through hell? They haven't been fans since I'm a little bitty boy. Yeah, Loma. I've been a fan since I was a little bitty boy. You hear me? Most of my heroes that died that played for the Steelers. And you coming up here talking that lip. Man, I ought to block you. I'm going to let you off the hook this time, man.
I gotta get.
No, I don't hate it,
get
man.
Lou Master love.
I just have to keep
He's one
it.
of my guys, and he one of my peeps and everything. So he has me laughing from time to time too. But I know I got a couple people. They were trying to give shout outs and stuff like that to you.
Okay.
Got my favorite troll, XD Gamer, big Jags fan who supports.
Yeah, I
the show,
see him.
even though I can't
XD2,
stand this rinky-dink football team, but they're actually. They got a decent quarterback, which I would say that's an example.
Yeah,
DM
but
comes in, hire Urban Meyer with Trevor Lawrence. Urban Meyer did stupid stuff. Then they
Urban
get Doug
Meyer had to
Peterson,
go, man.
And Trevor Lawrence, pretty decent quarterback.
Well, this the thing, though.
Which I thought the Jags would be a problem. And like you said earlier,
Well, it just took
all
time
them
to get.
teams are passing us by.
But you got to look at something, though. They got a quarterback that's coaching a quarterback.
And it worked out.
They got a quarterback that's coaching a quarterback. Defensive.
They got a good coach.
Defensive-minded coaches, like so many coaches now, I think the trend is now offensive-minded coaches work well with good coordinators, if that makes sense. And that's what you see in this trend around the league now. You know what I'm saying? With these young guys coming in with all these different motions and movements and stuff like that, almost college-like. But then you got somebody like my Steelers. Whether Kenny Pickett back there or not, the offensive line, they done went through 10, 11 different guys trying to find the right combination. And as long as you're looking for, it'll come, though. If anybody can do it, I think it's Mike Tomlin. It's going to come. Eventually.
I got much love for Tomlin. Much love. To be there 17 years, no lose the season. The Steelers have only had 3 head coaches since what, the 70s?
1969.
3.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't let fans dictate what they do with the football team. Just a couple of years ago, people was calling for Mike Tomlin's head.
Yeah.
But it was more media driven than social media driven.
Mm-hmm.
If you see what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, one of the main people that was saying the same thing was the guy that owns the Carolina Panthers now. He was a minority owner. And he was calling for Mike Tomlin's job. But it didn't happen. The Steelers never believe in knee-jerk reactions. They never have been like that. And I've been watching them since I was a little bitty boy. They might get rid of you at the end of the season, like they talking for Matt Canada's job right now. Fire Matt Canada. They're not going to do that. Matt Canada is going to be a walk-in fuck-up to the end of the season. Then they will politely tell Mike Canada, brother, we had a good relationship. We had a good relationship, but it's just not working out. That's business. You
Hey,
just
come to
don't do
kick
stuff in
rocks.
a knee jerk. You know, he's had 3 seasons to prove himself, though. After 3 seasons at any job, I don't care if you're tackle, center, guard, running back, quarterback, 3 seasons of inept, unless you're a number 1 draft choice. You know what I'm saying? That's about all you're going to get before they get somebody to replace you. It is what it is. That's any job. You can't work on the docks if you ain't been holding your end up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, but don't just, let somebody really messes up because it could possibly be something else. They know more than what we know. But let's get to this game tonight before we end it up, guys. And I appreciate everybody watch. Wait a minute. I remember Dick Puckers. Okay. You remember Dick the Bruiser. I thought he said Dick Buckers. Okay. He was, I met Dick a long time ago. I'm sending a shout out. I thought you were sending a shout out to Dick Buckers because we lost Dick Buckers over the weekend, man. And I'll tell you a story about Dick Buckers, man. I got a chance. Me and my brother was at a NASCAR race, and we got a chance to meet Dick Butkus, Willie Lanier, L.C. Greenwood, and Tony Dorsett. They was doing something with NASCAR, and we had a NASCAR team at that time, WCW NASCAR, and we had, I got to meet all these guys, man. You know, they were my heroes. Hey, Queen, what's up, man? We just got through talking about Dale. I already told him what you said about how you, Queen just came on. And, I got to meet those guys and Dick Buckers. And I'm like, bruh, I didn't realize if Tony Dorsett wasn't there with him, them was 3 of the biggest dudes. I was like, damn, boy, the old school football players are bigger than the guys. Oh, my God, man. You talking about a guy that was just like stoked. This is the great Dick Buckers. And they knew me and my brother. You know what I'm saying? They knew us. And I was like, Willie Lanier know me and L.C. Greenwood and the camera guy. You know, we have. Oh, my God, man. We sit there and talk for about 30 minutes, man. Such a great time in my life. That's a memory that I'll never forget, man, because those guys, hell, I grew up watching them, man. I grew up watching them. And you rarely ever get a chance to meet your heroes and people that you don't even believe or real, like a Dick Buckers. I did more reading about Dick Buckers and seeing him play, you know, because he retired in the early 70s. But, you know, LC was with the Steelers. And Tony Dorsett, they going back and forth with the Cowboys. And Willie Lanier also, I never really got a chance to see Willie because he kind of played in that Dick Buckers era. He was like the first black middle linebacker for a Super Bowl winning team. And, man, all these guys in the Hall of Fame, except for L.C. Greenwood, who should be in the Hall of Fame because if you really think about it, he is as famous as all of these guys with 4 Super Bowl rings. Mm-hmm. But, man, meeting Dick Buckers, man, hey, I'll never forget it. But this the kicker, Chris. The camera guys that you know that we got these camera guys with us when we do that kind of stuff. They're taking all these pictures. Come find out, we go to, I can't remember the dude who it was. We had so many. Hey, man, what are those pictures, bro? Because they usually just send them to your house. Do you know I never got the pictures, man? Somebody messed it up. Bruh.
I know you.
Chris, come on, man. Do you know what that would look like in my collection of people that I've met on my wall?
That would be something. That would be. You got to get that framed, blown up and framed.
Bruh. Have you seen some of the pictures of people I've met? You trip out. But the two pictures, one was that one, me and my brother with 4 grapes, and one was when I was in Vegas and Frankie Valli invited me and my brother to his concert. And and Sherry was taking all the pictures behind the back. Sherry loses a camera. Sherry loses a camera.
Sherry. Rest in peace, this Sherry.
My sister, man. I was like, Sherry, what a picture. Stevie, I lost the camera. I was like, oh, man. But anyway, before we wrap up tonight, man, this game tonight, Chargers, Cowboys. Let me have it.
You know, the Cowboys got embarrassed by San Francisco, and the Chargers. We don't know what direction they're going because their head coach may not be the best one. But I give love to Justin Herbert. I This might sound crazy. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys. I don't really want to, but I think they end up winning the game. I think they want to redeem themselves after last week, getting blown out like that. So I think they'll come out a little bit better. I'll say 30-23 Cowboys.
Okay, I'm picking the Cowboys also, but I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not gonna go through the analytics. I'm only picking the Cowboys because my buddy would not take them. He's a big Cowboy fan, and he's frustrated. He's so frustrated. He's so frustrated with him after that flogging last week, and he won't even take. He was like, "Dog, I'm not gonna even take." I'm like, "Wait a minute, bro. You're not gonna take the Cowboys? I'm not gonna even take them." I said, "Okay, I'll take them." So that's why I'm taking. I'm up on him right now. Okay, I'm up on him. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take it, just so I can watch the game tonight and root for the Cowboys. And that's something I never do. That's something I never do.
I would say if I tend to kind of pick on Cowboy fans more than anything because I like to just have some fun. And I see some people I know, they're picking Cowboys. I think one of my best friends is picking Chargers. And I'm like, I kind of like just, kind of cackling with Cowboy fans because they think they're the center of the universe. So if they don't
Philip just said, Philip, is that one of your boys?
Talk bad. I'm going to talk
Philip
bad.
One of your boys? He just said,
yeah, Philip's one of my guys.
He got the Cowboys 27-20.
Loman
said he got the Chargers 27-19. This is the thing, man.
Got Chargers.
I'm just taking this game, so I'm really not. If the Chargers win, because I'm gonna be honest, I was gonna take the Chargers until my boy pulled out, so I let him take them. But this thing, man, the Chargers defense is not playing very well, but their offense is playing very now because they're getting what you call back at what's his name at running back. So I think they're offense. But this is the thing, Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator. Who knows the Dallas defense better than him?
That's true. That can help. And I mean, any defense.
I got to practice against you every day, Chris. For several years, I know you. I know your weaknesses. I know your strength. I'm not saying it's going to show up tonight, but don't be surprised that he goes for what Dallas' weakness is. What it is, I might not know. You might not know, but he might know.
He might. No Trayvon Diggs. Could be a problem.
Could be a problem. Could be
definitely be a problem.
But anyway, everybody, man, we appreciate you watching the show. Now I got to get out of here on Facebook, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. But hey, go to Stevie Ray TV so you can get an alert when we go live. Who knows when Chris is going to come back on, but this is what we do. Talk some good football, man, and let all the fans join in, things of that nature. But hey, man, I got to get out of here. See you guys tomorrow night on Facebook. Yeah, I had to get my Facebook guys out of there. But everybody else, like I said earlier, Jamie Wright might be on tomorrow night. We're not 100% sure. All right, Dale, you should have came on the show, man.
He said he would. He said he was talking about it, but had to work and stuff, so I got
that. Yeah, he told me. But I'm just saying, guys, Jamie might be on the show for a short period of time and let us know what she's doing. Well, all her community work tomorrow night. But other than that, tomorrow night will be the talk of the game tonight, especially for the Dallas Cowboys. It ain't my fault that everybody talking about them. You know what I'm saying? So I got to talk about them too. So if they get an old-fashioned flogging tonight, I got to get on too. I got to get on the wagon, man.
Like Stevie A, like Stephen A. Can't do it.
I mean, it ain't my fault, man, but the Dallas Cowboys put themselves out there to get talked about. Look at all these night games and late games. They got the whole world watching them all the time, man. That's a lot for any young man to handle, but that's what Jerry Jones wants. Jerry Jones wants his team to be the focal point of the NFL. They are that. But they blame everybody else. This is my assessment, what I've told everybody on several occasions. As long as Jerry Jones
Power on.
is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys,
Bluetooth connected.
the Dallas Cowboys will never go anywhere.
That's
Because
true.
the hill is too steep. It's one thing having animus for you in the regular season, but when you show up in the postseason, I really got animus for you. And that's the teams the Dallas Cowboys can never get over the hump. If it ain't the Eagles, it's the 49ers. If it ain't the 49ers, it's somebody else. And as a matter of fact, this year, the Dallas Cowboys are going to have hell trying to get out of their own division.
Yeah.
Watch and see what I tell you. Watch and see what I tell you. Because I don't care how bad those teams are losing. I don't care how bad. They always got a soft spot for the Dallas Cowboys.
Sad but true.
You know what I'm
Sad
saying,
but
Chris?
true.
Well, Chris, appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Man, I appreciate you as well. Thank you for having me. I'm going to have to, me, you, and Booker got to talk.
About what? My brother don't know shit about football.
Just kickback. Just have to do something where we do a kickback. You know, we'd love to talk to shop about y'all careers because y'all are great.
I appreciate that, man. But hey, everybody, see you guys tomorrow night. Like I told you, we're going to still be talking about football this game tonight. Let's get ready to watch so I can hear all you guys' comments tomorrow. For my man, Chris Newell, I'm Stevie Way. And like I always tell everybody, be one. And I am out. Peace.